morning. I'm Raj Patel, CEO of aSpark, and this is Rajul Rana, our CTO. Today we're going to show you Stock Panorama. Stock Panorama revolutionizes how an active investor manages, researches, and tracks what really matters to their portfolio by leveraging the emerging trends in mobile, social, and data. So Stock Panorama is the very first personal finance app which combines the key market events that matter, social intelligence, relevant news, analyst actions, and tweets, and finally analysis of your portfolio. And the most important thing is it delivers it to the investor as opposed to the investor seeking this information. And it does it by integrating it into the investor's personal calendar with smart alerts so that you're never surprised ever again. Now, obviously, all of this information is available somewhere on the internet. So what experts say is for an active investor, what is recommended is to spend about an hour a week per stock to get this kind of information. So let's say somebody has 20 stocks in their portfolio. That's 20 hours a week of research to get this kind of information. One, most people don't do it, or we don't have the time, and of course it can cost us dearly. How many times have we seen a change in our portfolio and then realized we missed a key market event? So Stock Panorama solves this problem. It delivers what really matters, when it matters, and wherever the investor wants it. And most importantly, it integrates this into the daily workflow of the investor with smart alerts so that you're never again surprised by your investments. So let's take a look at Stock Panorama. So what I see here is Rajul's portfolio, and we can add stocks here by searching and adding individual stocks, or by bringing in your portfolio by integrating into your brokerage account through an integration module. So we've just added Apple, and some of the key things that we believe are important, that things that really matter among all this noise that's available is, of course, quotes that you see here, but earnings events, dividend events, and analyst actions. Those are some of the key things. In addition to that, we believe that's only one part of the equation. There is the analyst sentiment and the social intelligence. So combining these three makes it a far more interesting way to research. And we'll show some of these features as we go. We have integration into Twitter. We have our community. You can see the icons at the bottom. And of course, the calendar function is a critical function to be able to get these alerts and interact and keep track of these things. So let's go to earnings. What's more important in a stock's life cycle than the earnings event? Here, when I click on that or touch on this screen, what I see is upcoming earnings events and what has happened in the past. If you go back to the previous screen, there's an interesting thing I just noticed, Rajul. If you see the first one, Diamond, there is a little orange dot next to it. What that tells me is their earnings call is today. So it comes up, and I didn't even know that until I saw the screen. So let's go click on Apple. When I touch on Apple, it gives me trends of their past earnings, and also gives me what is the consensus EPS expected. So it gives me a very nice way of trying to get what is really important. And more than that, let's say the earnings call is going on right now. You see the icon on the left. I can click on that and join the earnings call from wherever I am, from my phone or from my tablet. I could be on the train, join the earnings call right there, or I can go to past earning calls. And if I don't have the time, I can go to the transcript and take a quick look at the earnings. Again, all of these are great things, but how many things can an investor keep track of? We're all busy in our professional and personal lives. It's a difficult task. So here is a calendar. All these events that matter to your portfolio are plugged into your personal investment calendar. And this can obviously integrate into your native calendar on the device. So push notifications is a very powerful tool that we have behind this that alerts the investor on events. So let's see what's coming up tomorrow for Rajul. I see that it's not a very busy week. There is an earnings call from ONCS. But next week is quite busy for him. There are earnings coming up from multiple stocks in his portfolio, and those white dots indicate the number of events. He has GE, Oracle, sorry, General Mills, Oracle, and TIPCO coming up next week. So touching on one of these events shows me more details on the events, and right from from my calendar. So now let's go back and look at some interesting analysis that we provide around your portfolio. So here's a scorecard of the earnings season, and this is a very cool feature because I can see now in this earnings seasons in my portfolio how many positive surprises, how many negative surprises, how did I perform. This is my scorecard for this. Touching on pie gives me the details behind it. Also interesting analysis such as diversification. How does my portfolio look? Am I heavily weighted in a specific sector? Again, I can get details by touching a piece of the pie here. So everything you've seen so far is market data, right? And interesting market data that really matters, but that's only one part of the equation as far as we are concerned. Let's look at the analyst side of things. So here, by looking at the analyst section, I'm seeing that there are 40 analysts, let's take Apple again, 40 analysts that we've taken the average recommendation, and if you see, also go back to the screen, you'll see arrows that point to change in the analyst sentiment. This screen is about how has the analyst sentiments moved over a period of time. I can look at how has it moved before the call, after the call, which is an important piece of information for me to make my decision. So and then the third pool, if you may, is the social intelligence, right? I've got the market data, I've got the analyst opinions. Now here is the stock panorama community, and what I'm seeing here is what is trending in this community right now, and it is organized by upcoming earnings events, EPS surprises, positive, negative, and ex-dividend, stocks that are going ex-dividend. And all of these are idea generators for me. If I don't have this in my portfolio, I can click right there, add it to my portfolio. So what you've seen so far, and finally, we also integrate Twitter. So what you're seeing here is not as much tweets about the company, but tweets about the stock itself. Thank you. We have a demo, of course, at the booth, and please come and see us.